you guys. Thank you guys for being here. And I'm so sorry I had it set for like 10:20 p.m. or something. I just wanted to have the opportunity to come on and talk to you guys about a couple things. And before our brains are like inundated with all this new information we're going to get today. So, hey, Sleu's mom. Good morning. Hey, Butterfly Kisses. Hey, Tia. Hey, Missy Jessie. Hey, Delaney. Hey, Punksy. Hey, Jackie. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Jenn Lu. Hey, Jen, I was actually waiting on you to message me back because I was going to ask you about, and if you want to come up, I wasn't really going to comment on the trial much, just Harley's post and then another case very quickly, but also I'm going to drop the link so that you can if you want, because I wanted to talk to you before this started to find out or what's going on with psychiatrist. So here's the guest link. Hold on. Let me see. Guest, invite guest, copy. It's not letting me drop it in the chat. Hold on. I'm going to drop it in our messenger. Oh, you know what? Okay, Jen, you said I don't know if there's even court yet because they haven't scheduled today. I sent it in the messenger. But you know, I wonder because they were supposed to possibly have a delay because of the weather. Anyways, before we talk about Harley, I wanted to talk to you guys. So there's a case I covered on TikTok about a missing woman. And her daughter reached out to me this morning. Her name's Danita Header, but that's the missing woman's name. Her daughter, when I made the video, like had covered, I think her friend had reached out to me a long time ago and asked if I would cover her friend's missing case. And it was very bizarre. She went missing on her birthday. She was like on the way home to her kids to have a birthday dinner and all this stuff. And she just vanished. And, oh, awesome, Sleuth Mom. Thank you. And, so anyways, her daughter has now went on to do this podcast about her mom. And I actually have the video uploaded. I wanted to talk to you guys first, and then I'm going to turn it on public. And maybe we can find the time to talk about that, maybe listen to the podcast, have her daughter on, because I want to help if we can. And yeah, so anyways, that is my goal, to try to help, and maybe she'll come on, and if not, we can just play the podcast. Hey, Jen.
Hey, babe, how are you? I messaged you back, maniac.
I'm sorry.
Way before you even went live. And then I messaged you because you had the damn live scheduled for 10 p.m. And I was like, do you need to have it for 10 p.m.? So we're off to a great start this morning, you guys. Welcome. Come on in and have a seat.
This mom says that they're not pushing back court. She called. So they are having it because I was wondering about the weather.
I just saw Law and Crimes post. They have scheduled the trial to start at 12:30 p.m. Eastern time.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so. Oh, good. Well, then we can talk for a second here, which we're going later, but I don't know if we're going to have the opportunity, which I know you're streaming it, but I'm talking about like after. We'll see.
Oh, I thought you were going to stream it because it's your turn to host on your channel.
Oh, no, I wasn't. I thought you were, because it's the doctors and stuff. Well, what?
Yeah. Well, I was going to do the afternoon session after lunch because I have stuff I have to get done this morning before I can start streaming, and otherwise I'll just be distracted. I have some hot stuff around the house I have to do, but I mean, I can do the after lunch stream.
Okay. Well, we'll just, and then with our recap, we'll just decide. You guys, if you missed last night, we recapped over there and Dr. B came on. Okay, so I was telling them about another case, which I uploaded the video this morning. It's not public yet, but it's a missing woman, and her daughter actually reached out to me on TikTok. A friend of hers had reached out to me way back in the day, and that's why I did the initial video. But then her daughter reached out to me on the video, and she's now done a podcast about it and stuff. So I want to try to dig into that a little bit around when we have the extra time over here, just
Yeah,
to
yeah,
help
yeah.
if we can. But and then
Absolutely.
the other thing, oh, I can't. Did you see my post? Because look at what Harley posted on TikTok. So it's like it's a TikTok, but it's just two pictures, like a slide. So I didn't take the whole video, and it's got some music with it, and it says it's okay to outgrow people. Here's the first slide on the screen, and then here's the second one, especially people who want you to compromise your values. And then I noticed this comment. There's a lot of comments that she's replied to, but she put the blue hearts. Someone said, "You are a survivor. You are, and you're Gannon's hero. You're beautiful and amazing, and all the Team Harley." And she wrote back 3 blue hearts. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I
It
think
is
it's
I saw your post. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know how to take Harley. I'm not going to lie, you guys. I don't know how to take her.
I don't
So I
know.
don't say anything.
Luana, I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh my God. That's awful.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Luana.
Hey, Salty C. Hey, Amber. Yeah, well, actually, there's just the reason, like, there was a couple things I wanted to talk about, actually, about last night, too, before we get started with everything today. Like, if we had the time, I was going to talk about, like, some of the things we talked about
Oh
on
yeah,
your channel.
we have plenty of time. The court doesn't even start till for another couple of hours. And well, I mean, Long Crime isn't having it on for another couple of hours. I could watch it on WebEx, but I like to watch it on Long Crime because I like to see the chat. I like to see what other people are saying. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
obviously you get the odd troll every once in a while, but for the most part, people are really invested in this, and they connect some dots that maybe I hadn't thought about. You know what I mean? So I like to watch the chat.
Well, now that, like, there's a lot of things you've heard in there that you've told me about that make me want
Hmm.
to watch the chat. Yeah, so it's very interesting. I'm with you, Jenn Lu. A couple hours, Ashley. Yeah, she says that it's set for 12:30 today.
I mean, they can, look, they can schedule a live for whatever time they want to, and they can either push it forward or push it back. But I don't think. Well, I can't look on my phone. Shoot. Allie, will you look on Law and Crime? It says 12 hours. 12 hours. It says 12:30. It said that just before, like when it was right underneath Allie's live that was scheduled in my feed. So they may have changed it, but
Okay.
when right before we went live, or right before Allie went live, that's what it read, was 12:30.
I'm going to the channel real quick because they are actually live on another case as well right now.
Yes, they are. They're live on a couple.
Now, will they do? Oh, it says 11. Yeah, it says 11.
Oh, they've
Well,
changed
okay,
it.
so I
See,
was
good.
confused.
Okay.
Okay, what are you wanting to do about streaming? You wanting to do the afternoon, right? Well, I might
Yes.
not even go on today for a recap, because that was my thing too. Like,
That's
Melissa
why I
and
wanted you
Teresa.
to stream it on your channel, because what if we didn't do a recap? Then we've missed a day on your channel, and we like to alternate.
I know, and I feel like I like to make sure that we alternate too, because yeah, you just don't want to leave anybody behind along the way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's so much to talk about, and it's like we're moving so fast. All these thoughts from yesterday, like, we didn't even talk about, which I'll ask, wasn't that so cool? Like how they showed every step of her day. I mean, every
Yes.
time. I love that.
Yes.
With the Life
Yes.
360, her GPS, her Apple Watch, her phone that
Once
she.
again, Life 360 comes in.
I know. I was thinking about that too. Yeah, that was super cool. Let's see if I wrote anything for that. We've got
Okay.
Gannon's red. Hers was, she had 2 phones. Did I miss, how were they alerted that she had gotten this phone at Walmart? Was it from talking to Al?
I
And
think so, yes.
okay,
I
that
think
makes.
so, yes. That's the only way that they could have known, right? Because even if they put, which They did. I don't think that they did. I know that they put a tracker on the rental vehicle, which was the Altima. But they did not. I don't think they put one on the Tiguan because when she came in on the 29th, they just took the vehicle. So I can, but yeah, I think that they got their information from whatchamacallit, from the
Al.
conversations with Al. Yeah, because she just be telling everything and nothing. I've seen it before where somebody can say everything and nothing at the same time, but not to this extent
I know.
before. Like she's a whole other brand.
I know. It's crazy. And that's the perfect description. She does say everything and nothing all at the same damn time. Well, you know,
I thank you, Delaney, because I thought I was crazy, and you have confirmed that either there's only two options. Either I'm not crazy or Delaney and I are having a shared delusion like Lori and Chad Daybell, but not as extreme.
Mine says 11, by the way. Did I say that out loud? Because I
yes,
checked and
you did. I'm going to look now. Now it's going to drive me nuts. I'm going to look on the TV. Hang on. I have birds on and squirrels for Alice, and her eyes are huge. And now she's mad that I took it away.
Christine G, it's me. Hey, Lisa Lee. Hey, you guys that came in. So what are your thoughts?
Mine still says 12:30. Hold on, let me click it. Sometimes it doesn't update. Yeah, but then it also, no, it says live in 118 minutes.
What in the world? Is the trial
so it depends on where you live, because if you're on Central Time, it will say 11:30.
Yeah, but I'm not. I'm in North Carolina.
Well,
so hold on, let me, because I know I just looked.
Lawn Crime is playing games out here. Come on, Lion Crime. We can't have this. We rely on you. Hold on.
Okay, look, mine says live, pay to watch.
That's different.
11 a.m. to 12. What is that?
That's a different one.
Murder trial starting at 11 a.m. Pay to watch.
That's a different one. That is not,
okay.
That's not the live feed from today. That's not the live feed. That is their, so they have a members only thing that they do. Yeah, they have like a members only thing that they do. And it is, I've never paid to watch it, but it's, I think, like commentary and the trial. Do you know what I mean? Because otherwise, why would anybody pay to watch yesterday's feed? It's free on their channel. So it's got to be something a little extra.
Christine said that I'm going to drop the link in case Christine wants to come up and give her a
yes, bring Christine up, because she's always a blast.
Why is it not letting me write in the chat like it wouldn't for yours either? I don't know. I shouldn't have done like I'm like, I'm just going to go live and talk to people about it and see and talk about the other case. And that's what I get for doing.
Okay, so on your backstage, close the chat completely so you can't see it, and then reopen it, and that should fix things. You know, that's if you guys ever call technical support, you guys know that's the first thing they tell you to do. Just restart it. Have you powered it off and restarted? That's like their go-to. So that's my go-to. They must do it for a reason. Just close out and start again.
Oh, she said, of course. Can you put the link in there, or
I can? Well,
her?
Shit, maybe? No, because I can't freaking hold on. Maybe I can. No, hold on. Let me think. How can I do this? Yeah, I can't. When you're on your phone, if you toggle away from StreamYard at all, it will close everything out, which I don't care. I can just come back if you need me to do it.
No, I think I just did it, hopefully, to her messenger. So
okay.
I just forwarded what I said to. She says she's getting ready for school anyway. She says, but I've been so jelly about your roast and recaps. I want to join you guys for that. You definitely should. If you're available, just let us know. Any of them. You're always welcome.
Everybody's always welcome. Well, not everybody. I do want to interview Alex Erickson as hot. So if Alex Erickson is hot, if you're out there, call me because I want to know. I want to know some things. And I'm not disagreeing with you. Let me just state that right out in the open. I do think Alex is gorgeous inside and out, which is the most important.
Well, thank you, Jen. And
You're
yeah, I
welcome.
want to know too. That's quite like it's because they don't say much. They'll come in and just say hey or something, and then you won't
Yep.
see them again.
No.
People are crazy. My goodness.
Mainly, I want to know things like, I mean, that's a bold choice for a handle to have on the YouTubes. I mean, it's you cannot make any mistakes. It's very clear how this person feels, and could there be a potential love connection? You know, I'm always about. You know, I have that cold black heart, but at the same time, I do be rooting for love, y'all. So there are parts of me that are squishy, and that one is that part is. So what if we have a potential, and what if I could be a part of it? How selfish is that? I put two people together, and whatever happens, if it's good, it's going to be because of me. That's so selfish.
I want to be a part of it. No.
I want to be included.
As far as like, wait, Amber says Harley's purse there is pretty pricey. That's quite interesting, just with the everything going on with the GoFundMe, things like that. But yeah,
on our own.
Yeah. With the I think, I don't know. I just think there's something about when you do it and when you're not streaming it, I'll probably just watch over it like Sleuth Moms or something. Cause I do not, my internet sucks. I just don't, you know, and so for things like that, people get really annoyed when they can't hear. And I don't know. I just.
Okay. So then I think we should stick to what we planned and just go at 6 and do, it'll just have to be right and tight. We'll hit the main points. No, this is mainly for me because Allie can stay focused. I'm always off in the weeds. So that's what we'll do. We'll just do it at 6. That way we're not going over anybody. We still commit to doing it on your channel and all of that.
Yeah? That sounds like a plan. That's good. And yeah, you found some good shit out there in the weeds, Jen. So that's all right. You know, we don't mind.
I just have mixed feelings about Harley. I don't know how to take her sometimes, but I also have to keep in mind that she's 20 years old. And yes, that is an adult, but her brain is not fully developed. And I can't, it's hard for me because at 20, I already had 2 kids. I had my boys and I was pregnant with my daughter, my oldest daughter. So my headspace at 20 years old was completely different than like Harley, who's essentially, you know, she's doesn't have any obligations. She doesn't have any children, so she's footloose and fancy free.
Well,
yeah, so
I know I was not making good choices at all, and I was so selfish. Like the world, I thought the world revolved around me. You know what I mean? Like, and not even consciously thought it. It's just like my actions and just. I don't know. I can see it in people still, like when there's people that are in that stage of life. Very easy to point out, but.
Well, I mean, obviously, I wasn't making good life choices if I had, you know, two boys, right, that are 10 months apart, and one on the way. At 3 kids at 20 years old is probably not, you know, the best life choice. But
well, yeah, but the thing is there's a lot of people who do that and they're not mature enough to even be a parent at that age. At least you were, you know, you took care of business. Do what you had to do.
I did take care of business. And the thing of it, you know, my husband and I, we were young and we weren't thinking about things like that, obviously, which brings me to my whole point with Harley. We're full circle now. You don't, at that age, you don't see the long-term consequences. And the truth of the matter is, I was the best mom I could be at that age, okay? But we had no money. So was I the best mom? In a lot of ways, no, because we were broke all the time, you know? I went without, the kids didn't, but they didn't, like they had their necessities. They didn't have extras, and I was overwhelmed because there were 3 of them. It was a lot of work. So I didn't get to enjoy their little stages and phases like I wanted to. Do you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean, because I was very similar in that way, especially compared to having a baby at 27, and how different that is when it's just it's unless you've been there.
Yeah. When I had my youngest, I was 28 years old. I was I had calmed down. I, was more mature. The older kids, they were older. They weren't that much old. I mean, they were a lot. There's a significant age gap, but they weren't like teenagers. They were 10, 9, and 6.
Right.
So,
It is
but
significant,
yeah,
but okay, I got to read you two comments that like
yes.
really they're just so different from each other. But
Okay.
I get both of them. And I was this like Harley is actually saying in this post that we're sharing that she's leaving toxic people behind. And, so I just want to say that too. But Christine says she's either millennial, airhead, and oblivious, which is worrisome that she's about to be a nurse, or she is scary, dangerous. I am sorry. I don't think there is an in between there.
Don't be sorry for thinking something, Christine. I mean,
It's
unless you think I'm not good, then you'd be sorry for that.
and true. And then Tiff says, when are people going to let this girl live? She's testified, told her truth, and at this point, nothing can be changed. I'm confused just saying. But a lot of people do have questions still, a lot. So it's interesting. I don't know. The two different viewpoints on this, like two.
I think that a lot of people, a lot of people, have mixed feelings about Harley. Do I think that Harley should be allowed to move on and live her life? Absolutely. Absolutely. There is also, but the thing of it is, I think where it is like I keep an eye out is because Leticia raised her. And I'm always, always interested in the nature versus nurture. So,
Mhm.
how much did she inherit from Leticia just genetically and her dad genetically, right? But then how much did she is nurture? And so I think that's why people keep an eye on her because
That's
she has that potential.
Letitia raised her, and Letitia, a lot of
Mhm.
it them one on one. We didn't have
Mhm.
anybody to like intervene when things would get toxic and stuff. You know what I mean? Like maybe Al eventually, but still, I don't think he would have. He's out. That's not his place because that's not, you know what I mean? I don't know. I just think that they had a lot of one on one time. And I'm curious though, with her not knowing about her dad, do you think she's watching all the things that are coming out like now?
Well, I think she would have to be honestly because once you find out, and I think this is just human nature, and especially women. Once you find out that somebody is lied to you, then you want to know. Then you start thinking, what else did they lie about? When you find out one lie, then you start questioning everything. And I think for Harley, she's probably going through that, and that's got to be hard. And I hope that she has a good support system. And if she doesn't have a good support system, like with family and friends, then I hope that she seeks a therapist. Honestly,
I
I
do
hope
too.
she does because
Yes.
I think she's gonna need it to deal with everything. You know.
Yeah, I do too. Well, she says in some of her videos, like that's one of her things that she'll talk about is going to therapy because she was shopping when she would get sad, and it's too expensive to shop when you get sad. So she's now in therapy and stuff, and she kind of jokes about it, but also, she's being serious. Oh my god,
Are
I
you
dropped my
okay?
phone.
I was
Yeah,
gonna.
I just dropped it.
Alex dropped us. Is everybody okay?
It's all right. You bruised up. Christine, I hope no one attacked you in here because I want you to be able to share your opinion. I think it's only fair. You can't expect people to see things how you see things. People's perception is based off their own life experience and all those things. And it's better to just learn from somebody's opposing view than get upset about it.
And I think that this is a good comment here. Hold on, let me read it because this is important. extra AF. She has to be terribly hurt and disappointed, but she still smiles for social media. And I think that's an extremely astute observation. And I think that it speaks to potentially how I believe that home functioned, which is everything centered and revolved around Leticia and what Leticia was feeling and thinking and her wants and all of that. And so when you live with somebody who acts like that as a parent, it's different when it's a different, it's not that different, but it is different when it's like a significant other. But when you're raised by a parent that way, you learn as a kid to hide how you really feel because you learn very quickly it gets you nowhere. In fact, it sometimes gets you trouble. So it's not worth it. So you just stuff it down and you
Oh,
don't, and you just learn how to put on a smile.
yeah. Oh, that is just so sad. But
Hmm.
I've always gotten that from her. That I mean, I think she's sweet and stuff, but there's like a vibe that it almost feels forced, like it's too, or I don't know, just and maybe it's just because we know what's happened in her life, and you see her on there, and
Hmm.
but it's just that's so sad.
It is sad. I think that for Harley, I mean, I would, if she didn't have struggles or conflict, she wouldn't be human. I mean, everybody has those. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But I will say at her age, um, you're more resilient to, and you can bounce back and recover from those struggles and, you know, heal from them a lot faster, depending on what they are. I mean, there are some struggles and some trauma that it doesn't matter how old you are. But I think for Harley, if she's getting therapy and she's using humor to cope, like really, I can't judge because I sure as heck do that stuff. Do you know what I mean? I'm always
yeah,
using humor to cope. So, I hope the best for her. I really do. I hope the best for her.
I do too. I totally do too. And I love reading your guys' comments, because so many people, have so many thoughts that can be all over, and it's just interesting to hear from you guys too. Peach said she had a breakdown from trauma a few years ago, but would put on a fake smile and sign on crime. Everyone shows their best self on social media, which brings us all the way to
Hmm.
Watts, you know
Yep.
and that's true.
Yeah, and I think for Shanann's part in that, I don't think that people really understand what she used social media for. She ran her business through social media. And as I understand it, that specific company has very, very high and expecting standards for their representatives. And so, if when you're selling a product, especially one like that one, you're not just selling the product, you're selling yourself as well. All sales are a little about selling yourself.
Yeah.
If people believe you, they will believe in the product that you're selling. And that's what she had to do. And that's what brought income into her home. And so that's why her social media looks the way that it does. I don't think she was like fake or any of the other things that people have said about her. I think that she did not use her Facebook the way most people use their Facebook, and it was for a business, and that's very, very different. That's different than even the way most people use it, which is to update people about things going on in their lives. And even then, people hold back, you know.
Hmm.
So,
It's very interesting when you bring in the sales aspect to it and stuff with
hmm.
um I will say I was proud of Harley when I saw this post. I was proud of her because she could just sit back and say nothing, but to me this is her standing up and saying, because look at the first one. This was the first part. It says it's okay to outgrow people, especially people who want you to compromise your values. And I was proud of her because I know that is hard to stand up to her own mom in this kind of situation. And in a way, that's kind of what
Yes,
she's doing in the post.
yes. Or even that could be directed at her mom. That could be directed at social media in general, because maybe they wanted, I do think people felt like they wanted her to say more. They wanted her to, for lack of a better word, I can't think of it right now, but essentially dog her mom out on the stand. Like, and she didn't. And
Right.
she said what she said enough. She did her job as far as that goes, testifying. But families are complicated, and mother-daughter relationships are extremely complicated. They're extremely.
Oh yeah.
So I can't really get mad at her. I mean, for that. Also, I want to know what she's drinking because it looks delicious.
Wait, let me go back to it. Okay, so we got only like a few minutes before it starts today. What are you expecting today? And because they
Babe, we have
mentioned yesterday
99
it was
minutes before it starts. It starts
how
at
does it
12:30. It's 11. Look at the live
okay? Are
coverage
you
that's
sure?
not. I'm positive. I'm looking at Law and Crime right now, and their live chat. Watch live stepmom murder trial, Colorado versus Leticia Stout Day, whatever it is, live in 99 minutes, April 26th at 12:30 p.m. 888 waiting. That's the one you
Okay.
need.
Okay. I know that like most of the trials channels who start it or who stream it have already started, so maybe they're thinking it's 11, and it's not. But if it happens to be 11, then
We'll just get
well, either
off. I
yeah, we'll
have.
just get off. But even if it
Yeah, I
doesn't,
have
we're
it on my thing. If they go live, I have it on my TV. As soon as they go live, I'll see it. So
okay.
I'll let us know.
Okay, and
I'll
what are
let
you?
us know.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
What are you like expecting today? And oh my God, I feel like by the end of today, we're going to be on such a every day. It's like that's why another reason I wanted to talk quickly this morning, like because by the end of today, everything from yesterday and before is going to be way far gone, and we're going to have a whole bunch of new shit to go over and talk about. And there's so much information. So yeah, what are you expecting to see today, and if anything?
Well, I feel like this is going to be the real crux of what the jury has to deliberate, right? Whether she was sane or insane. So what I expect there to be is kind of like if you guys watched the Depp versus Heard trial when Dr. Curry testified, okay, because Dr. Curry is the one who evaluated Amber Heard. There's a lot of foundation questions, answers, and explanations that go into it before she actually will get, I think, into
The good
her
stuff.
actual evaluations and what they all meant. And because she's got to explain terms to the jury, she's got to explain these different tests, what they mean, what they can show, what they can't show, all of those things before she gets into the actual factual what we came to hear. And this is, I think, very complex because again, we have this long length of time. We're not talking about an act that was committed in an hour or even 2 hours or shit, even 4 hours. It started on Sunday evening at some point and went all the way through until Monday afternoon. That's almost 24 hours. That's a long time to be in some sort of dissociative psychotic state.
Yeah.
And for nobody to notice, especially it'd be
And
one thing if she never left her home, but dang, she left her home like 11 billion times. She went to Petco twice.
yes, and
Okay, you
remember
guys are
yesterday.
all right. They started it. They
Oh,
started
okay.
it. It's nobody's talking yet. Nobody's talking yet. Went live.
Okay. But oh gosh, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, her lawyer was trying to say basically that they were happening in such short windows of times that you wouldn't notice it. So I think your point is perfect there, because remember, he's like, oh, well, couldn't it happen in this 15 minutes? And isn't there a certain type of DID where it happens in, such like that, basically. He's trying to
Right.
argue that makes no sense with what happened.
Right, exactly. It's just this is what we want to hear. This is what we need to hear. And to answer Marshall Dove, I think if you get time after you watch today, watch yesterday. But yesterday was really the psychologist that worked in the El Paso County Jail. And yes, she had a lot of interaction with Leticia. And the interactions that they had were interesting. The cross-examination and then the redirect were very, very interesting. So maybe watch that, just the cross-examination and then the redirect. But today is basically what we need. This is what the prosecution's whole case hinges on, is this psychiatrist that evaluated and tested Leticia. I'll tell you that Leticia is dressed in evil again. This time the color she's chosen is some kind of blue-green, and her hair is down.
Yeah.
So apparently Maria Sanchez is not in the building. I'm going to go with this might be Jasmine. A whole new world. Yeah,
Well,
something
so
like
I
that.
guess,
I don't know.
are we going on your channel for lunch, right? Correct? Or
Well,
right now?
now I don't even know if I want to even. When they were going to start at 12:30, I was thinking that would be better because, like, it's hard for me to pay attention and stream. I'll do it after lunch. That's what I'll do. I'll stream after, but then we're not going to be done until like almost 7 o'clock if I do that. Let's just catch up at 6. Okay. I'll take notes, you take notes, and we'll catch up at 6. That's what we'll do.
We can do that. And if they're still on, we can, like, I don't know. We'll just
play a little. We'll play a little.
Yeah, that'll work. And play it by ear.
There
and
you
just
go.
Go with the flow.
Yeah.
And you guys think in here before. And Jen, I've been so glad you freaking came up. I was just like,
I stalk you, Allie. How did you not know this? I follow you everywhere. You know, Allie, sometimes the drool on your pillow isn't yours. Just saying.
I met you, and I actually checked back once, and you hadn't seen it yet. So I was just doing my thing and just kind of assumed that, I don't know, you hadn't seen it yet or whatever. But yeah, all right. Well, I guess we will see tonight. I'm going to do that video of some of the things she told the jail psychiatrist. I think that'll be good to have. And then who knows what we'll hear today. And yeah, thank you for coming, and thank you guys for coming.
Welcome.
We're going to go
see you guys tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern.
Mom is streaming it. Icked Mail, he has excellent visuals. Where are you going to watch it at?
I don't know, either Sleuth Mom or Icked Mail. I don't know. Sometimes I like to watch Law and Crime though, because these are random strangers on the internet and I don't know them. So,
right.
Yes, ATS.
Yeah.
I am. You busted me. It's me.
That's funny. Oh, all right.
All right, babe.
Look at that. All right, Jen, for coming. Thank you guys, chat, and we'll see you this evening and talk about all of the whatever we're going to learn today.
I know. Bye, you guys.
Bye, guys.